Let us welcome the City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer, Honorable Gabriel H. Bordado, for the start of the 25th regular session of the 15th Sangguniang Panlungsod.
The session is now called to order.
Honorable Gabriel H. Bordado Jr., City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer, Honorable Elmer S. Balimoro, City Councilor present, Honorable Jesse R. Albios, City Councilor present, Honorable Hil G. Rosales absent, Honorable B2C Borja II, sick leave, Honorable Hilda Gail Abonal Gomez present, Honorable Melvin Ramon Buenape present, Honorable Wilfredo Jude Jokno present, Honorable Francisco Mendoza absent, Honorable Alan Riz Macaraig absent, Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio present, Honorable Maria Corazon Peña Flor present, Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix present. Sir, we have a quorum. Next is the prayer.
The chair declares the presence of a quorum.
Next is the prayer.
Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, as we deliberate into this session, give us the wisdom to overcome passion.
Give us the wisdom to overcome passion.
Give us that understanding heart to do away with prejudice.
Give us that understanding heart to do away with prejudice.
Give us a foresight to know what the future may devise.
Give us the foresight to know what the future may devise.
Give us the courage and strength to seek the truth and what is good.
Give us the courage and strength.
Give us a facility of language that we may be understood.
Give us the facility of language that we may be understood.
And finally, our Lord,
And finally, our Lord,
make us worthy public servants of the city.
make us servants of the city.
We deeply love and highly honor
We deeply love and highly honor.
Naga City, the heart of Bicol.
Naga City, the heart of people.
Amen.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Next is the pambansang awit.
Bayang magiliw, perkan silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyang ka ng magiti, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bukas, may bilat ang sura, awit sa kaulayang minamahal, ang kisdap ng bukaw, ay dadalilingin, ang ituin at araw ng kailan, kamay ng dilig, bukalang araw ng walang pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng may mang-api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ang Heart to Bicol March.
Symbols of the rarest nature, a tree, a river, and a shrine. Sing your songs, we hear your voices, in church, in streets, and marketplace, in campus, campus days, always for God shapes our lives and heals our days. Ours will be the sweet and ones of God and light and God. Receive for years of promise plenty in this cathedral town of God. Bless your city, Queen of graces, touch this heart anew with love. Pour upon our upturned faces all the magic of your love. Pour upon our upturned faces all the magic of your love.
Good morning. We wish to acknowledge the presence of Attorney P.J. Barosa and the work interns from the USI, Jerome Evan Morales and Francesca Rached. Next item, please.
Next is the privilege time.
Any privileged speech? Councilor Nathan Serio.
Mr. Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Gabby Bordado,
Thank you.
and fellow members of this august body, I rise today to sponsor a resolution that speaks directly to the daily struggles of our people, our teachers, nurses, clerks, drivers, office staff, factory workers, and government employees who work hard every day yet take home less and less as prices continue to rise. This resolution respectfully urges the national government to seriously study the feasibility of exempting private and public employees from paying individual income taxes so that more of what workers earn stays in their pockets and goes back into the economy. As stated in the explanatory note of the tax draft I have submitted, Mr. Chairman, income tax is automatically deducted even before salaries are fully felt by our workers. At a time of high food prices, transport costs, electricity rates, and basic necessities, this tax has become a heavy burden on those who can least afford it. Giving workers a break, whether temporary or targeted, can immediately boost consumer spending, help families save for emergencies, and revive small businesses that depend on everyday purchases. When workers have money to spend, the local economy moves, markets thrive, and jobs are sustained. This resolution does not abolish taxes. It does not dictate national policy. What it does is give voice to the people at the local level, calling on national authorities to explore humane and innovative ways to ease the burden on the working class while still protecting fiscal stability. Mr. Presiding Officer, this is a resolution for fairness, for dignity in labor, and for economic recovery that starts from the ground up. I respectfully seek the support of this honorable council for its approval. Thank you very much. Morning.
Thank you, Councilor Nathan Serio. Any other privileged speech? Councilor Diokno.
Honorable Presiding Officer, esteemed colleagues in the Sangguniang Panlungsod, and my fellow Nagueños, a pleasant good day, everyone. As we welcome the new year, we are given a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and responsibility. The new year is not merely a change of date in the calendar, it is a reminder that we are given another opportunity to correct what needs fixing, to strengthen what already works, and to move forward as one city. The year that has passed tested us in many ways. Yet, through these challenges, we witness resilience, perseverance, and bayanihan spirit in the people of Naga City. These qualities inspires us as public servants to do better, to lead stronger, and to govern with integrity and compassion. As we step into this new year, our expectation is clear. Better governance, stronger institutions, and a more inclusive and sustainable city. This is not an easy task, but it is a necessary one. Good governance demands that we listen to our people, act decisively, and place public welfare above personal and political interest. Moving forward, we must renew our commitment to building a better society, one that leaves no one behind. Remember po, one that leaves no one behind. This means prioritizing policies that protect our environment, uplift vulnerable sectors, and ensure equal access to opportunities and services to all. In this regard, I respectfully seek the full support of this honorable body to keep priority measures before us in the Sangguniang Panlungsod. First, the Net Zero Ordinance, which reflects our responsibility to future generations. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. It is a present reality. By advancing a net zero policy, we take a firm stand in protecting our environment, promoting sustainable development, and ensuring that Naga City remains livable, resilient, and progressive. Second, an ordinance mandating the installation of tactile paving in the Naga City Hall compound, the Naga City General Hospital, plazas, public transportation terminals, and other designated routes and areas frequented by people with visual impairments. This measure aims to ensure accessibility, safety, and independence for persons with visual impairment, and affirms our commitment to inclusive urban development. These priority measures are not merely legislative proposals, they are expressions of our values as leaders and as a community. As we begin this new year, let us move forward with unity, perseverance, and shared purpose. Let us work together to make Naga City better, stronger, and more compassionate for today and for generations to come. May this year guide us with wisdom, courage, and renewed dedication to public service. Before I end, may I remind this august body of my very special day on Saturday. It is a special day, makakabang aldaw, but January 10 po, Saturday at 2 p.m. May God bless Naga City and all of its people. Thank you po.
Thank you very much, Councilor Jude Jokno. I wish to acknowledge the presence of Councilor Aris Macaraig.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Any other privileged speech? Councilor Mendoza.
Marinaga po sa Gabus.
Marinaga.
Honorable Presiding Officer, honorable colleagues, to my fellow Nagueños, and especially to our lowly paid job order and contractual personnel. During the special session for our 2026 annual budget, the request of the Solid Waste Management Office for a 60 peso wage increase for its job order personnel performing street cleaning and garbage collection functions was discussed and deliberated upon by this honorable body. And nagluluwas, may mapong problema, that was approved. But during the deliberation, the consensus was that even that additional 60 pesos is not enough, and instead make it 100 pesos. Likewise, that other job order personnel equally exposed to the elements. Araw kanina nag-uuran, minali pa ako nagsisigid na street sweeper, garbage collection padagos, may nagta-traffic. Should also enjoy the extra pay such as our drainage, halimbawa po, drainage declogger, traffic enforcer, as in iba pa, na nakababad po sa luwas, init as in uran. Upon review of the approved annual budget, only the 60 peso increase was included, and only for SWAMO, cleaners, and garbage collectors. For this reason, I and our colleague, Honorable Aris Macaraig, is submitting a proposed ordinance granting a 100 peso additional pay per day for job order and contractual personnel who are exposed to the elements in the performance of the regular functions, provided, may condition po, that their existing compensation that is less than the compensation of our entry-level casual personnel. Meaning to say, dapat ang sweldo po ninda di maglampas sa salary grade 1, step 1. Ang amount po kayan, 14,061 pesos per month. So kung may job order na nag-duty sa luwas, ang sweldo below that amount, eligible po siya in this additional pay na 100 pesos per day. Pero, yan po itatao per actual duty sa luwas. The additional 100 peso will be on top of the regular monthly wage. The proposed ordinance will not limit the benefit to street sweepers and garbage collectors, but will also include traffic enforcers, decloggers, and other similarly situated job order contractual personnel of the city government. Kansarong alda po, nakaulay ko si mga street light crew, pero while sinda exposed sa hazard, pero nagluluwas kaya gabos na sinda casual, maana pong job order. Pero kung may job order, sa linggo po eligible man po sinda. Now, job orders receive only the minimum wage. In our case, that is 435 pesos per day or 9,570 pesos for a 22-day work month. Under our proposed ordinance, if a job order, street sweeper has no absences, he or she can expect an additional 2,200 pesos in a month, bringing his total compensation to 11,770. For sure, the resulting JO compensation is still below that of an entry-level casual. Kaya lang may limitasyon tayo sa budget. If only we have sufficient funds, baka nga ni pwedeng dublihon. But the budgetary requirement will also be twice as large. I have done the math on this proposal. Based from data of SWAMO, PSO, and ENRO, we have a total of around 310 job orders whose daily assignments expose them to the elements. If each one of them complete a month of their field duty without absences, the budgetary requirement for 1 month at 2,200 each for 310 job orders would be 682,000 pesos or 8,184,000 for the whole of 2026. I believe that would be a manageable amount. But let me say that that is not yet included in the annual budget. Where will we get the 8,184,000? If I would be asked, kung ako pong hapoton, we can borrow the appropriation for COLA so that this benefit can be enjoyed by our lowly paid, climate-exposed job orders starting this month. Then na po sinamahalat. The deficiency of 3 million, tangkay po po 8 million, ang COLA appropriation is 5 million, may kulang 3 million, can be sourced from salary savings later on. But of course, yan po mga bagay-bagay na yan, appropriation measures emanate from the executive. Ang trabaho tango niyan is just to set the policy. Considering that during the special session, there appears to be a consensus in favor of granting this additional allowance, I and Honorable Aris are open to have this ordinance co-authored by other like-minded members. So, we invite you to join us and see this ordinance to fruition for the sake of our hardworking job order personnel. Salamat po.
Thank you, Councilor Mendoza. Actually, I discussed this matter with the city mayor a few days ago. She expressed support to the move to increase the 60 pesos, how do you call that, allowance or hazard pay to 100 pesos. But the discussion was focused on the SWAMO personnel. And I informed her that Councilor Aris Macaraig proposed to include the ENRO
Yes.
personnel
And the CDRM,
and
CDRMO personnel.
certain PSO
The disaster risk.
employees.
Disaster risk, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
The rescuers. Mr.
And the mayor was open to that possibility. Probably we can discuss this matter with her, the entire council, when she arrives from her travel. Okay? Thank you, Councilor Mendoza, for that proposed ordinance, also authored by Councilor Aris Macaraig. Any other privileged speech? Councilor Maria Corazon Peñaflor.
Honorable Presiding Officer, distinguished members of the Sangguniang Panlungsod, ladies and gentlemen, I rise today on a matter of personal and collective privilege to express my full support for the passage of resolution recognizing and commending Mr. Salvador D. Ferrer II, a proud son of Barangay Calawag, Naga City, for his outstanding achievement as top 3 performer in the National Assessment for Schools Heads. This recognition is not only a celebration of individual excellence, but also a testament to the quality of leadership and dedication to public service that our city continues to nurture. The National Assessment for School Heads is a rigorous and highly competitive evaluation that measures competence, integrity, and leadership in educational administration. To emerge as one of the top performers nationwide is a remarkable feat, one that brings honor not only to Mr. Ferro himself, but also to the city of Naga and to the entire Bicol region. Mr. Ferro's achievement reflects years of commitment to educational excellence, professional discipline, and service to the youth. His success serves as an inspiration to our educators, school administrators, and young professionals who inspire to lead with competence and purpose. In an area where quality education is central to nation-building, individuals like Mr. Ferro stand as pillars of hope and progress. Allow me to disclose with transparency and pride that Mr. Ferro is a resident of Garnet Street, Barangay Calawag, where I currently serve as a punong barangay. This connection only strengthens my conviction that this recognition is well-deserved, as I have personally witnessed how his accomplishments have inspired our community, especially our young learners and aspiring educators. This resolution, therefore, goes beyond formal recognition. It affirms our city's commitment to honoring excellence, encouraging merit, and recognizing those who elevate the standards of public service and education. To Mr. Salvador D. Ferrer II, your achievements is our collective pride. May this recognition encourage you to continue your journey of service and leadership, and may your success inspire many more Nagueños to strive for excellence. In closing, I respectfully urge this august body to support and approve this resolution of recognition and commendation to Mr. Salvador D. Ferrer II for being the top 3 performer in the National Assessment for School Heads and for bringing honor and pride to the city of Naga. Let us one city celebrate excellence and honor those who bring pride and distinction to Naga City. And with the indulgence of the chairman of the Committee on Rules, may I request for the inclusion of this resolution and to this agenda. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Councilor Peñaflor. Councilor Gail Abunal Gomez.
To our presiding officer, the Honorable Gabriel Bordado Jr., my distinguished colleagues from this Sanggunian, to our fellow public servants, the members of the Secretariat, our friends from the media, and those who are on FB Live, Happy New Year to all. Our city of Naga is constantly being reminded of the delicate balance between the public's right to information and the fundamental human right to dignity, privacy, and protection from harm. We have seen several incidents circulated rapidly through social media and sometimes amplified by local reporting where individuals in moments of deep distress were filmed, photographed, or interviewed without consent. Videos of minors involved in sensitive cases have been reposted repeatedly. Images of persons experiencing mental health crisis have gone viral, often accompanied by insensitive commentary. In some cases, the families of victims have expressed that the media exposure caused them more pain than the incident itself. These are not isolated events. They reflect a growing challenge in our digital age. Information spreads faster than compassion, and visibility often overtakes sensitivity. Naga City has always prided itself on being a city of character, maugmang lugar, a place where people care for one another. But when traumatic events are sensationalized, when victims are exposed, when vulnerable persons are treated as content rather than human beings, we fall short of that ideal. This is not an indictment of the media. Our journalists, broadcasters, and content creators play an essential role in democracy. Many of them already practice responsible and ethical reporting. But the reality is that the pressures of digital engagement, competition for views, and the absence of clear local guidelines have created gaps that can lead to real harm. National laws such as RA 7610, RA 9262, RA 11036, and the Data Privacy Act provide broad protections, yet they do not fully address the nuances of local reporting, especially in the age of live streams, viral posts, and community-based digital platforms. As an LGU, we have the responsibility and the authority to strengthen these protections at the local level. That is why I am proposing an ordinance promoting responsible reporting of trauma-sensitive news, which seeks to do exactly that. May I request that this be included in today's agenda. It does not restrict press freedom. It does not censor legitimate reporting. What it does is establish clear, humane, and trauma-informed standards for covering incidents involving children, survivors of abuse, persons in crisis, and communities affected by tragedy. It reminds us that a child's face should never be aired without protection. A survivor's story should never be told without consent. A person in the middle of a mental health emergency should never be filmed for entertainment. The method of suicide should never be described in detail, lest it encourage imitation. Victims should never be blamed, shamed, or ridiculed in headlines or captions. These are not restrictions. These are responsibilities. Trauma does not end when the incident ends. It lingers, it echoes, and when mishandled, Reporting adds another layer of pain. The harm becomes deeper and more lasting. As leaders of this city, we must ensure that our systems, our institutions, and our policies do not contribute to that harm. Through this, we affirm that Naga City values both truth and humanity. We affirm that information must never come at the cost of dignity. And we affirm that in moments of crisis, our people deserve protection, not exposure. Thank you, everyone, and good morning.
Thank you, Councilor Gail Abunal Gomez. Any other privileged speech? Yes, Councilor Jepson Felix.
Honorable Presiding Officer, distinguished colleagues in the Sangguniang Panlungsod, members of the media, fellow public servants, and our fellow Sangguniang Kabataan leaders, a warm and youthful greetings to everyone. Let me begin with a reality that many of us, especially those in the Sangguniang Kabataan, know all too well. Across the country, the SK has become one of the most scrutinized institutions in local government. When people hear SK, the conversation quickly shifts from youth leadership to questions about actions, priorities, and public trust. And I'll be honest with you all. Even I myself, before I entered this system, when I used to hear about the Sangguniang Kabataan, in my mind I always react, wala naman nagagawa yan, i-abolish na yan. I saw it as a broken system, vulnerable to corruption and disconnected from the very youth it claimed to represent. Over time, doubts shared not just by me, but by communities nationwide hardened into familiar labels, such as misuse funds, kickbacks, questionable spending, endless pageants and paliga, and the perception of the SK as a training ground for the so-called baby crocs and future trapo politicians. It shouldn't be that way, and it must not be that way. And I have come to realize, if this frustration is shared not just here in Naga City, but across the country, if the same doubts and controversies keep on appearing, then we must ask an uncomfortable and necessary question. Is the problem really the young people we entrust with leadership? Or is it the system that we place them in that keeps on producing the same outcomes again and again? Because if we keep on blaming young people without fixing the system, we will keep repeating the same failures no matter who sits in office. And this is where we must be clear. Corruption does not always begin with theft. More often, it begins when systems allow discretion without safeguards, urgency without accountability, and power without protection. In youth governance, where young leaders are entrusted with public resources, often before they are fully shielded from pressure, influence, and exploitation, the absence of clear institutional guardrails creates conditions where abuse can occur. Not always because of malice, but out of vulnerability and weak design. The Sangguniang Kabataan, as the constitutionally recognized institution for youth participation in governance, carries a profound responsibility. What is entrusted to it is not merely a budget, but a public trust, one that shapes lives and futures depending on how wisely it is exercised. Yet often, that trust is undermined. Funds meant to uplift young people are diluted by excess and waste, enabled by weak safeguards, predatory practices from other suppliers, and unclear standards. And this is how corruption quietly takes root in our young people. In these environments, young public officials are left vulnerable, not just to poor judgment, but to systemic traps that they are not yet equipped to recognize or resist. That is why today, together with the full support of the SK Federation of Naga City, we are formally filing the SK Anti-Corruption and Fiscal Integrity Ordinance of Naga City. This measure puts firm guardrails around how SK funds are planned, spent, and accounted for, closing loopholes in the SK reform law, strengthening transparency, and protecting young leaders from pressure, abuse, and predatory practices. And at the core of this policy is a firm principle about public funds, that public funds are not meant to be spent merely because they are available, but because they demonstrably serve the youth and public good. And in filing this ordinance, the City of Naga raises the standard of youth governance and offers the country a clear example of what preventive and systems-based reform can look like. This is not only about preventing corruption or regulating spending, it is also rebuilding public trust in the Sangguniang Kabataan, protecting our young leaders, and defining the kind of leadership we choose to practice, especially when no one is watching. Mabalos po sa indong gabos, asin maging matino, asin mahusay.
Thank you, Councilor Felix. Any other privileged speech? Councilor Elmer Baldemoro.
The Honorable Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer, Gabriel H. Bordado Jr., my esteemed colleagues, fellow employees in the city government, friends in media, esteemed guests, those watching via live stream, mga kapwa ko nagpapadangat sa mga kaakian, mga namumutan kong Nagenyo, isang makabatang umaga po sa ating lahat. I speak today on a matter of personal and institutional privilege to share with this august body and the people of Naga a milestone achievement that affirms our city's long-standing commitment to children and future generations. Last December 22, 2025, together with our City Mayor, the Honorable Maria Leonor Robredo, the staff of the Children's Affairs Office, the members of the Barangay Council for the Protection of Children, at the Philippine International Convention Center, or PICC, the City of Naga was conferred the Presidential Award for Child-Friendly Municipalities and Cities, earning the distinction as the national winner and the most child-friendly independent component city in the Philippines. This recognition is one of the highest and most prestigious national awards bestowed upon local government units. The Presidential Award for Child-Friendly Municipalities and Cities is granted by the Council for the Welfare of Children in partnership with the Department of Interior and Local Government, the Department of Social Welfare and Development, and other national agencies to LGUs that have demonstrated exemplary, sustained, and institutionalized efforts in promoting, protecting, and fulfilling children's rights. The evaluation process is rigorous, covering governance systems, legislation, budget allocation, service delivery, child protection mechanism, and most importantly, meaningful child participation. To be named a national winner is to be recognized as a model-centered governance in the country. Naga City's journey toward this recognition is rooted in a deeply held belief that every child, by virtue of being a child, has a right to survive, to develop, to be protected, and to be heard, as reflects in our city's vision towards a child-friendly city. Anchored on Naga's hallmark on participatory governance, the city has institutionalized mechanism that ensures transparency, accountability, and community involvement in all initiatives for children. The Naga City Council for the Welfare and Protection of Children, with the support of the Children's Affairs Office, serves as a city's frontline mechanism in implementing the local development and investment plan for children. Its multi-sectoral composition comprising city government offices, national agencies, civil society organization, and the Naga City's Children's Federation ensures that children's voices are not only heard, but integrated into decision-making, planning, and monitoring. Our commitment to the right to life, survival, and development is evident in our sustained investment in health and nutrition. Naga City has been recognized by the National Nutrition Council as the Training and Learning Center for Nutrition Governance, consistently maintaining less than 5% prevalence in all indicators of undernutrition among children aged 0 to 59 months. Our breastfeeding program, acknowledged by the Philippine Commission on Women as a gender and development local learning hub, reflects our deliberate efforts to support mothers and ensure child-friendly workplaces and communities. In education, the city continues to champion access, quality, and inclusivity. Through the EduCare program, Educating While Caring, Naga provides free and quality early childhood education for children aged 3 to 4 years old in all barangays, complemented by the innovative Teachers on Foot program that reaches geographically isolated areas. The Quality Universal Education Empowerment in Naga, or QUEEN program, institutionalized by City Ordinance, further ensures sustained access to basic education through subsidies and parental support mechanism. Central to this recognition is the city's strong emphasis on meaningful child participation. Through the Barangay Children's Organization and the Naga City Children's Federation, children are empowered to actively engage in governance, participating in policy discussion, program development, and monitoring processes. At the barangay level, the Association of Barangay Kagawad Committee Chairs on Children work closely with the NCCWPC to align plans, monitor implementation, and strengthen referral and safeguarding systems. For 8 consecutive years, the NCCWPC has been rated ideal by the DALG and awarded the Seal of Child-Friendly Local Governance. Likewise, all 27 Barangay Council for the Protection of Children have consistently sustained ideal ratings and were recognized as BCPC Seal of Good Local Governance passers in 2025, a clear testament to strong local implementation and accountability. The national achievement would not have been possible without the synergy and collective commitment of our partners. We extend our deepest appreciation to the Children's Affairs Office, who stand as the bridge and tirelessly commit to the endeavors of the LCPC and BCPC. To the NCCWPC, chaired by no less than our City Mayor, the Honorable Maria Leonor G. Robredo, and the dedicated Barangay Council for the Protection of Children, headed by the respective punong barangays. We likewise acknowledge the invaluable support of the LGU-Naga under the leadership of City Director Elmer Villanueva. To our civil society partners, parents, educators, and community stakeholders, and above all, to the children and youth who continue to inspire and challenge us to do better, these awards belongs to you. As the Committee Chairman on Children in the Sangguniang Panlungsod, I affirm our legislative body's continuing commitment to enact and support policies that place children at the heart of governance. In closing, we proudly highlight that as recognized by the Council for Welfare of Children, Naga City has been consistent child-friendly city for 8 consecutive years and now a 2-time presidential awardee for child-friendly city, a distinction made possible through the collaborative efforts of the NCCWPC, the BCPC, and the children's sector working together to ensure that every child in Naga grows up safe, heard, and empowered. More than the awards, we will continue to enhance the delivery of our programs for children in the grassroots level and provide opportunity for them to develop in their full potential. This recognition is not the end of our journey. It is a renewed call to sustain and deepen our shared responsibility for a livable city and for the future of Naga para sa mga kaakiang Nagenyo. Mabulos po, as in congratulations po sa Tuya Liwat.
Thank you very much and congratulations, Councilor Elmer Baldimoro. Any other privilege speech. Okay, next item, please.
Order of business.
Councilor Rosales.
Mr. Chairman, may I move to dispense with the reading of the order of business and for the inclusion of the following items. Under special business and order number 1, marked as urgent by the city mayor, is the request for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to enter, negotiate, and sign the memorandum of agreement with SM Prime Holdings relative to the joint program of offering free cinema admission to senior citizens and persons with disabilities for calendar year 2026. Also marked as urgent, item number 2 of special business and order is a request from the city mayor for the passage of a resolution authorizing her to negotiate and sign a usufruct agreement with Barangay Mabolo relative to the allocation of a portion of city government property for the construction of a proposed evacuation center or multipurpose building. As item number 3 of special business and order is a submission or letter from the Honorable Nathan Serio requesting for the passage of a resolution congratulating certain achievers in the National Licensure Examination for Teachers. As item number 4 of special business and order is the proposed resolution of the Honorable Nathan Seri, subject matter of his privileged speech. Resolution to exempt certain employees in the imposition of individual income tax. It's entitled the resolution requesting the national government to study the feasibility of exempting private and public employees from paying individual income taxes to promote consumer spending, encourage savings generation, and stimulate economic growth. And last, under special business and order is the subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Corazon Peñaflor granting recognition and commendation to Mr. Salvador Ferro for being a top 3 performer in the National Assessment for School Heads and for bringing honor and pride to the city of Naga. Under unfinished business, Mr. Chairman, as item number 4, is a submission from the city legal officer pertaining to his comments on the proposed ordinance renaming the Naga City National Road from the boundary of Barangay Peña Francia traversing Barangay San Felipe, Bacol, Carolina, and Panicuason to Senator Tecla R. San Andres Siga Avenue. So item number 5 is the subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Elmer Valdemoro. Proposed ordinance institutionalizing the Naga City Youth Employment Program, integrating the special program for employment of students and the Students Employment for Enrollment Program, and providing funds therefore. And last, under unfinished business, is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Francisco Mendoza, prescribing the rates of rental for the use of city-owned agricultural and post-harvest machineries stationed at the city nursery. Under new business, Mr. Chairman, as item number 5 is a proposed ordinance of the Honorable Aris Macaraig requiring a project feasibility profile for all public infrastructure projects funded or executed by the city government of Naga and any of its barangays. Item number 6, a letter from the Honorable Alan Rees Macaraig transmitting a petition regarding late night noise disturbance at Barangay Concepcion. As item number 7, the subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Jefferson Romeo Felix, an ordinance establishing a comprehensive anti-corruption and fiscal integrity framework to promote accountability, public trust, and responsible youth governance in the Sangguniang Kabataan of Naga City. As item number 8, a proposed ordinance from the Honorable Melvin Ramon Benefe, an ordinance establishing the Naga City Center for Safety and Resilience, defining its functions and operations, integrating the secretariats of the City Peace and Order Council, the City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council, and the Naga City Resilience Council therein, and providing funds therefor. And last, under new business, is the subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Gilda Gail Abonal Gomez, a proposed ordinance promoting responsible reporting of trauma-sensitive news, providing guidelines, prohibited acts, and duties of media entities, and penalties for violations therefore. Under other matters, Mr. Chairman, is a submission from the Office of the City Legal Officer pertaining to the legal clearance for implementation of the Naga City Business Registry Data Bank Memorandum of Agreement with Metro Naga Chamber of Commerce and Industry addressed to the Honorable City Mayor. And also under other matters, item number 2 is the submission of a PowerPoint presentation from the Honorable Nathan Serio entitled The Naga City Blood Program for the year 2025 and beyond. With the proposed inclusions, Mr. Chairman, I move for the approval of the order of business.
Any second? Any objection? Councilor Balimoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, with the indulgence of the Chairman of the Committee on Rules, could we transfer item number 4 of the new business to SBO item number 7?
Item number
7 or 6 of the special business or order. The letter, Mr. Chair, of the President of BISCAS on their outstanding achievement of the 2 of their graduates in the recently concluded licensure examination for professional teachers.
Originally, it was part of
New business.
new business.
Item
number
4
4.
be transferred to special business or order.
Reaction from the chairman of the Committee on Rules.
Mr. Chair.
Okay, so that will be part of the special business or order.
Another, Mr. Chair, the follow-up letter of the PRC pertaining to the upcoming criminology examination be included as item number 2.2 of the unfinished business.
Item number
2.2.
2.2
Yes, Mr.
of
Chair.
the unfinished business.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Any other reaction, Councilor Mendoza?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With the indulgence of the Chair of the Committee on Rules, my request inclusion under unfinished business of the proposed ordinance, repealing specific provisions in ordinances providing for mandatory appropriations. If we recall, Mr. Chair, this was already, I think it was on second reading, but the issue on posting in the iGov website was raised, so this was not, this did not progress to third reading. So I'm requesting that this matter be included under unfinished business. Upon checking with iGov, there was no comments posted on that, on this proposed ordinance.
So this particular proposed ordinance had been subjected to second reading?
Yes, Mr. Chair, but there was an issue on the requirement of posting sa iGov portal.
And this was already done.
In consonance with the I-Engage ordinance. So I propose that this not be proceeded to third reading pending any comments on that I-Engage portal. But as of today, no comments were posted, so may I request inclusion again under unfinished business.
Okay, Councilor Rosales? Okay. And Councilor Albios?
Chair, may I move for the inclusion of a resolution of condolences to the bereaved families of the former Purong Barangay Ederly Go and Barangay Kagawad Jaime Hornales Bicaldo of Barangay San Isidro.
Under what particular?
Special SBO.
Okay. So we have the a motion coming from the chairman of the Committee on Rules, and it was duly seconded, and nobody objected except for some comments. So it is approved. Next item, please.
The order of business, item number 1, is a letter dated January 4, 2024 of the City Mayor requesting for authority to negotiate, enter into a sign of memorandum of agreement with SM Prime Holding Incorporated relative to the joint program of offering pre-cinema admission to senior citizens and persons with disability for 2026.
Councilor Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This pertains, Mr. Chair, to the pre-movie at SM Cinema for the senior citizens and persons with disability. So may I move, Mr. Chair, for passage of a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to enter into, negotiate, and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the SM Prime Holdings Incorporated relative to the joint program of offering pre-cinema admission to senior citizens and persons with disability for calendar year 2026. I so move, Mr. Chair.
On joint and collective motion.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Next item, please.
Next item is a letter dated January 4 from the City Mayor requesting for authority to negotiate, enter into a sign of usufruct agreement with the Barangay Government of Mabolo, Naga City pertaining to the allocation of a portion of city government property for the proposed evacuation center.
Reaction? Councilor Mendoza?
This is about the site of a proposed evacuation center. So, may I move for the passage of a Sangguniang resolution authorizing the City Mayor to negotiate, enter into, and sign a usufruct agreement with the Barangay Government of Mabolo, Naga City, relative to the allocation of a portion of city government property for the construction of the said evacuation center. So
Okay.
move on joint and collective motion.
Joint and collective.
Collective.
Reaction? Councilor Aris Macaraig.
Without need of ratification, Mr. Chair. No. Basta-
Clarification? Okay. Yes, Councilor Mendoza?
Without need for ratification, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So, on joint and collective motion.
The next is a letter dated January 5 of Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio recommending the passage of a congratulatory resolution for Biscas LET 2025 top-notchers.
Councilor Nathan Serio.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you. And aside from my letter, there is this letter from the President of the BISCAS, Dr. Charlie Nacario, informing that two of its graduates are included in the top-notchers of the LET licensure exam for teachers. The names are Errol Francisco, 8th placer, and Miss Irene Romero, 9th placer. So Mr. Chair, this achievement reflects positively to the school and also to the city. So I move on joint and collective motion that we pass a resolution for each each of these achievers, Mr. Francisco and Miss Romero.
So, on joint and collective motion.
Yes, congratulations. Thank you.
Next item.
The next is the proposed resolution authored by the Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio requesting the national government to study feasibility of exempting private and public employees from paying individual taxes to promote consumer spending.
Again, Councilor Sir Rio.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pigiling kong nakulang tabang ini sa mga empleyado ng gobyerno pati sa pribado na ma-exempt ang sa indang income taxes. Ang ibang mga gobyerno sa ibang nasyon, igwa na kaining siring na pulisiya and nagpapangsyon pa ang gobyerno nila. Maninigo siguro, Mr. Chair, na pag-adalan ini ka national government. Pero di po ako nagmamadali na ipasa tulos ini. I would that this be referred to the appropriate committee and ipairaramdaman sa I engage para mag-comment si mas dakol na tao sa digisa.
Okay, so we will refer this to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances?
Yes.
Committee on Laws and Ordinances. Next item, please.
The next item is the proposed resolution of Honorable Maria Corazon Peñaflor granting recognition and commending to Mr. Salvador Piero II for being top 3 performer in the National Assessment for School Heads and for bringing honor and pride to the City of Naga.
Councilor Peñaflor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mrs. Chair, may move for the passage of the resolution granting recognition and commendation to Mr. Salvador Pero II for being a top 3 performer in the National Assessment for School Heads and for bringing honor and pride to the City of Naga. So I move.
Okay, so
Thank you.
no
Mr. Chair.
objection. There being none, the motion is approved. Next item.
The next item is the proposed resolution commending the Biscas top-notchers in the... Already?
I think that was already tackled.
The other one, sir, is the letter dated December 19 of Charlie Nacario, SUC President 2, Biscas, informing of the outstanding achievement of 2 of their graduates.
I think that was also tackled.
Already po.
Yes.
Okay na. Already na po.
I believe we will have to proceed to the unfinished
Business na po.
Resolution of condolences.
Yes, Councilor Albios.
Under the special order of business, Mr. Chair, is the proposed resolution of condolences to the bereaved family of former barangay, punong barangay Ederligo of Barangay Lerma and former barangay Kagawad, Jaime Ornales Bicaldo of Barangay San Isidro. On joint collective motion.
Okay. So, joint and collective.
Under
Next item.
unfinished business, item number 1 is a letter dated December 11 of Dr. Zoraida Alcerad, City Dentistry, pertaining to the request of the Sangguniang Panlungsod for an update of the status of the City Dental Ban.
Councilor Albios.
At the Committee on Health during one of the committee hearings. So may I move that this matter be referred to the Committee on Health.
So, we will be referring this matter to the Committee on Health.
Next is a letter dated December 17 of Sharo Law, Director, Professional Regulation Commission of Legazpi City, pertaining to emails sent last December 22 from the Philippine Professional Regulation Commission pertaining to the request of the city government to be considered as venue for the examination of the criminology examination in February of this year, and email sent last December 22 from PRC Legazpi Regional Office pertaining to the request of the city government to be considered as venue for the examination of the criminology examination.
Reaction? Councilor Baldemoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, last November 27, we passed a resolution requesting the PRC to include Naga City as the venue for holding the criminology licensure examination scheduled on February 4, 5, and 6. And we already sent the resolution to the PRC. However, Mr. Chair, the PRC is inquiring to us to submit a commitment for that particular request to coordinate with the school for the testing venue and also to assume the probable expenses for holding the said licensure examination. So we might as well as coordinate to the Naga College Foundation.
Who will be coordinating with the NCF? The timeline is quite short.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Previously, it's the office of the city mayor or her designated personnel or office.
But given the fact that the examination will be held during the second week of February,
Yes, first week, I think, Mr. Chair.
first week, we may find ourselves in some complications there.
Could we refer this, Mr. Chair, to the office of the city mayor?
Okay, that will be fine. We will refer this to the office of the city mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Next item, please.
Next is a letter dated December 26 of Mr. Alberto Villapuerto III, City Assessor, submitting the list of adjoining property owners in relation to the application of Mr. Edward Rojas of Barangay Concepcion Grande for rezoning of his parcel of land.
Councilor Albios.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On January 15, 2026, there is a scheduled public hearing with regards to the application of Mr. Edward Rojas. So may I move that these details and information be forwarded to the SP Secretariat and direct the Secretary to invite the adjoining property owners on the said committee hearing, public hearing, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Next item, please.
Next is a letter dated January 6, 2026 of the Office of the City Legal Officer, commenting on proposed ordinance renaming the Naga City National Road from the boundary of Barangay Peña Francia, traversing barangays of San Felipe, Pacol, Carolina, and Panikpuason to Senator Tecla R. San Andres Ziga Avenue.
So we have the letter coming from the city legal officer.
It's pending with the Committee on Laws and Ordinances, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so we will refer this to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances. Next item, please.
Next item is the proposed ordinance of Honorable Elmer Baldimoro and co-authored by Honorable Gibson Romeo Felix, an ordinance institutionalizing the Naga City Youth Employment Program, integrating the special program for employment of students and the student employment for enrollment program and providing funds thereof.
We shall refer to, yes, Councilor Baldimoro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, this is pending upon the Committee on Appropriation together with the Committee on Youth and Sports.
Okay, so it's still pending with the two committees. Next item, please.
The next item is the proposed ordinance of Honorable Francisco Mendoza, an ordinance prescribing the rates of rental for the use of city-owned agricultural and post-harvest machineries stationed at the Naga City Nursery.
Councilor Frank Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is pending with the Committee on Agriculture. May I propose that this be referred to the same committee jointly with the Committee on Ways and Means.
Any second? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. Next item.
Next is under new business. The first endorsement dated December 22 of the head of the Removal Task Force, forwarding 3 applications for transfer of Trimobile franchise for review and approval.
Committee on Transport. Next item.
Next is the proposed resolution authored by the Honorable Francisco Mendoza, seeking to discontinue the long-running practice of subjecting to ratification agreements or contracts entered into by and between the city mayor with prior authority of the Sangguniang Panlungsod.
Committee on Rules. Okay.
The proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Francisco Mendoza, seeking to grant a climate exposure and hazard allowance in the amount of 100 pesos per day of actual field duty to job orders and contract of service personnel performing street sweeping, garbage collection, and traffic enforcement duties in the city of Naga.
Appropriation.
Committee on
Appropriation.
Appropriations.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilor Mendoza.
actually there is no provision in that proposed ordinance providing for appropriation. Maybe it would be more proper with the Committee on Organizational
Development.
Yes.
But
Maybe jointly with the Committee on Appropriation.
yes, because there is already a proposal to set the hazard pay to from 60 pesos to 100 pesos.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So joint
Joint with the Committee on
Committee
Appropriation.
on Appropriations and the Committee on Organizational Development. Next item, please.
The proposed ordinance by the Honorable Mendoza, an ordinance repealing specific provisions of ordinances, providing mandatory appropriations to certain sectors or programs.
Councilor Mendoza.
Thank you again, Mr. Chair. This was actually filed, I think, November last year, but during deliberation in plenary, it was flagged because there was a requirement that it be posted under I Engage. So the same was already posted. So I am reviving again before the plenary this proposed ordinance.
Okay.
If I may briefly go through on the ordinance, Mr. Chair. Basically, it would repeal all provisions of all ordinances providing for mandatory appropriation, either by a specific amount or by a percentage. But we are accepting from such of the mandatory appropriation those mandated by national laws, particularly those for the local development fund, those for the disaster, those for children, and those for gender and development. Since those are national laws, we cannot repeal them, so they would stay. But we are also maintaining the appropriation, the mandatory appropriation for the Naga City People's Council, equivalent to 1.25% of the local development fund, because we do not like the NCPC to be begging for their budget before us. That would compromise their independence. So except for that NCPC provision, all other mandatory ordinances, local in nature, would be repealed by this proposed ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Any comment? Councilor Nathan Serio?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think this would need wider consultation, Mr. Chair. While the idea is reasonable, kay puwantang ko yan, may mga tatamaan kung sektores na saradit. For one, kabalin siya na tatamaan digdi si budget kang sa Urban-4, sa budget kang PWD, I think, mga sadit man na sektor na kay puwantang reparohon. So, wider consultation, pag-aadal ka ini.
Thank you, Councilor Nathan Serio. Councilor Aris Macaraig.
Just to clarify, Mr. Chair, this will not remove the benefits. Instead, this will make the budgeting process more reasonable and actual So there would be better fiscal management of the funds. I support the ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Councilor Ballimoro.
Mr. Chair, setting a mandatory appropriation, particularly to the vulnerable sector, assures them of specific funding. In the recent budgeting process, it was noted that the mandated appropriation for the PWD, senior citizen, children was already mainstream. So I think it's better to mainstream, not to remove the mandatory appropriation. And also, Mr. Chair, since bako lang to mga vulnerable sector ang tatamaan kaini, I agree to the Honorable Nathan Serio to invite those who were affected for this. During the committee hearing that was conducted by the Laws and Ordinances, only the offices involved were invited, not the sector. So may I appeal to the proponent to return back this proposed ordinance to the committee handling this proposal to invite the sector, the PWD Federation, the Senior Citizens Federation, and also those offices or programs that will be affected, the urban poor, and also may I request to the proponent to identify all those having a mandatory allocation. Para klaro po, baka nag-aasa itong sektor or a program na igwapasindang aruke na mandatory appropriation. With the passing of this ordinance, mawawara na ito. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Councilor Baldimoro. Reaction from Councilor Mendoza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The comments are well taken. I would also prefer that this matter be extensively discussed, not only within the committee level, but also by the affected sectors. But as stated by Councilor Aris, it is not true that by removing the mandatory appropriation, we are removing the budget for vulnerable sectors. That is far from the truth. What we are only requiring is that those responsible entities or offices or sectors do their job in making good plans and making good investment programs so that they be included in the annual budget. Dahil pwedeng daw adi maghiro, may 1% ka. Dapat magplano. Bako lang for the year but for long term. And based on that plan, request for inclusion in the investment and budget. So, ito po yan ang intent kang proposed ordinance. But I am amenable to have this more extensively discussed. So, may I move, Mr. Chair, that this be referred to the Committee on Appropriation for further deliberation.
Any second?
Second.
Yes, Councilor David Casper Nathan Serio.
Okay man sa proponent na nagander ko na ni katong sa I-engage. Itong sa I-engage si Garupig Poposta si halina ni Dumande. Ngarig ko lang makabasa, makareact duman, makuata si pagmati man katong mga sectors na.
Anyway, the proposal is to send this back to the Committee on Appropriations and then conduct a comprehensive discussion, inviting the sector heads themselves or the sector members themselves. Okay? Councilor Ballimoro.
And also, Mr. Chair, I didn't see the posting at the Naga City Government page, so may I again request kung na-post na po ini to repost again the proposed ordinance for the I-engage.
Okay, I am directing the Secretariat to post the entire proposed ordinance. So the motion is to bring this back to the Committee on Appropriations and then conduct a comprehensive consultation. No objection? Motion is approved. Next item, please.
Next item is the proposed ordinance of Honorable Aris Macaraig, an ordinance requiring a project feasibility profile for all public infrastructure projects funded or executed by the city government of Naga and any of its barangays.
Committee on Infrastructure.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Next item, please.
Next is a letter dated January 5 from the office of Councilor Alan Riz Macaraig, transmittal of petition regarding late night noise disturbance.
Councilor Aris Macaraig.
Mr. Chair, I received the complaint from residents surrounding the disco bar, is stated in the letter and signed by the residents. So I transmitted this to the office of the city mayor and informing also the body if it may be referred to the proper committee, Mr. Chair. Complaint against the disco bar in Magsaysay.
Okay, so we will refer this to what specific committee?
It's a dance club, Mr. Chair, like Station 4 during the times. Studio 4? Starlight, that's a Starlight disc. And randomly, Mr. Chair, I received complaints from all over that makusog po talaga daa. And it's a residential area. So I don't know if it will be proper to refer this to a committee. But if not, then we just note the complaint because the letter is actually referred to the office of the city mayor.
Yes, can we refer this to the office of the city mayor?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So we will refer this matter to the office of the city mayor.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilor Mendoza.
kung hindi po nakakaisturbo sa mga pagtaraid, this would fall under the category of nuisance per se, and that can be abated without going through a process. Ang nangyayari sa tuya kung minsan pinapagi tapos sa proseso, kung pwede man lang punduho na. Siguro, this can be referred to the PSO, i-monitor ninda kung, aside from the city mayor's office, kung talagang maribok, then that can be abated outright because that is nuisance per se.
So we can refer this to the committee through the office of the city mayor and at the same time to the public safety office for immediate action.
To monitor and abate in case of another similar incident.
Okay, thank you. Next item, please.
Next item is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Gibson Romeo Felix, an ordinance establishing a comprehensive anti-corruption and fiscal integrity framework to promote accountability, public trust, and responsible youth governance in the Sangguniang Kabataan of Naga City.
Can we refer this to the Committee on Laws and Ordinances?
Next is the proposed ordinance of Honorable Melvin Ramon Buenape, an ordinance establishing the Naga City Center for Safety and Resilience, defining its functions and operations, integrating the secretariats of the Naga City Peace and Order Council, the City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, and the Naga City Resilience Council therein, and providing funds thereof.
We will refer this to the Committee on Disaster Risk and Resiliency. Councilor Buenafe?
I request, Mr. Chair, that we include the Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety.
How's that again?
Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Committee on Peace and Order. Councilor Gayla Bonal Gomez?
I think this should also be discussed under the Committee on Organization Development. more so, Mr. Chair, because there's a creation of a
So we
center
have
or
now
an
the
office.
Committee on Peace and Order, Committee on Organizational Development, and how about the Committee on Disaster Risk
Mr.
and
Chair, the-
Resiliency? Councilor Aris Makaraig.
The matter is about creation of an office or an organization, Mr. Chair. It does not involve the concerns of the Committee on Disaster Risk, although it will house the Disaster Risk Council. So I submit that this matter be referred to the Committee on Organization, and if the chairperson of the Committee on Peace and Order would like to join, I submit, Mr. Chair. But I move that the Committee on Disaster Risk be
Any second to the
Removed.
motion of Councilor Aris Makaraig? Any objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Next is the proposed ordinance authored by the Honorable Hilda Gayla Bonal Gomez, an ordinance promoting responsible reporting of trauma-sensitive news, providing guidelines, prohibited acts, duties of media entities, and penalties for violations thereof.
Committee on Laws and Ordinances?
Next is the other matters.
Yes, please.
Item number 1 is the memorandum dated December 18 of the City Legal Office addressed to the City Mayor pertaining to the implementation of the Naga City Business Registry Data Bank Memorandum Agreement with MNCCI.
We take note of that.
Take note.
Next item.
Next is a letter dated January 5 of Honorable David Casper Nathan Serio and Director of the Naga City Blood Program addressed to the City Mayor and copy furnished the Sangguniang Panlungsod providing the PowerPoint presentation pertaining to the 2025 accomplishment of this said program.
Unless Councilor Serio has some comments, we will take note of this item. Yes, Councilor Serio?
I would soft copy. Tangaring nag-aaram anong direksyon, anong mga nahaman kanya na taon, saka anong direksyon sa masunod na mga taon.
We will be providing what?
Be provided soft copy.
Soft copies to all members of the council, okay?
Next is the nominal voting.
Councilor Rosales?
We have no matters for nominal voting, Mr. Chair. No matters for nominal voting.
Okay.
I move to adjourn, Mr. Chair.
Adjourn. Thank you.